What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Listen, we are here to recap and review Bell Collective. Yes, Bell Collective is back after the mid-season finale of last season. We are back yet again, and I am here for it. Listen, Belle Biv the Rodeo, okay, was the name of the episode. So before we get into everything, guys, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you subscribe and make sure you bang that notification bell so that you don't miss anything that we have coming up. All right. Now, listen, we're gonna be here for a little bit. We ain't gonna be here for a long time, but I wanted to give my recap and an honest review on Bell Collective. Now, listen, y'all. Remember, we ain't got to fall out about our opinion because I don't know none of these people for real, for real. So here, this is just basically what the cameras have been giving, and so I'm gonna be into it. All right. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe yet again, and also listen. If you'd like to show love to the channel, you guys know how to do so. Cash App, $ Chef Down 2, or via Venmo at Chef Down 2 as well. Listen, we about to have a good time with this recap and review in regards to Bill Collective. Okay, listen, make sure you join our Patreon community. It's only $4 to join our Patreon community, and also get your goalie gummies so you can stay up on top of your health, especially while all this gunk and weather is about to change. Okay, period. Let's go. So listen, in case if you guys don't remember, we pick up last season, or I guess before the mid-season break, right? We pick up at one of Letitia's brunches. Okay. And at this particular brunch, she has a panel of black women, black entrepreneur women who are speaking to, the people who done purchased the tickets for the brunch or whatever. So they're having a conversation about the brunch, and Latrice says that no woman wants to work a 9 to 5. No one wants to work a 9 to 5. And, you know, they're saying that the ladies took offense to that. And Marie is just saying that Latrice is drinking her problems away and she needs to get her life together. And I'm like, Marie, girl, you really can't talk, Miss Girl. You really can't. You really can't, especially after seeing this wig in this picture. Not only that, but girl, I really am starting to believe that Marie has an obsession with Latrice at this point. That's what it has to be. Because at some point it will feel like that you would just stop talking about the woman. Anyway, so we open up this mid-season with Tamara and Damon getting an ultrasound of the baby. And we learned that Tamara is pretty much high risk pregnancy, and we knew that someone was pregnant. Most of us knew it was Tamara. And I would have to say I'm very happy for Tambra and Damon for their new baby. Tambra has been going through a lot of health things as far as the fibroids, etc. Which we learned that could be a reason for the high risk pregnancy, considering that she had to deal with that. Listen, I'm no woman, so I totally respect, what's going on there. So I just want to say that I'm happy that she has had a healthy baby. That was the most important thing in regards to this. So it was a little shock for Demond and Tambra, but I want to say congratulations to them on that because I think that's dope. Now we get a scene with So Gucci and Letitia meeting up at a boot shop, honey. Now, Letitia always seems to think that wherever people invite her, she be like, "Why we here? Why we got to do this? Why we got I wear boots and stuff at my branches, but or branches I'm invited to speak at. But girl, why you invite me to a boot spot?" And I'm like, "Girl, can you just enjoy the moment?" I don't know. People like that kind of irk me when it comes to that. Like, you gotta meet up somewhere. Not only do you know you gotta meet up somewhere, but if you saying you wear boots, like, girl, just go in and window shop if nothing else. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that was that it just be weird. Same when she met her up at that smoothie place or whatever, where they had the shakes. Same thing. I mean, girl, okay, whatever. So they get to talking about the rodeo, and Gucci invites Letitia to their to the rodeo. Okay. Now they're in Mississippi, that's this little country around there. So rodeos are probably pretty normal. They like to say it's the same for Texas, the yeah, okay, whatever. So Gucci brings up Latrice at the brunch, right? And she brings up the fact that she was on the panel and offended a lot of women, replaced the champagne with Remy, and all of this kind of stuff. And basically, So Gucci is saying that Letitia allows Latrice to get away with a lot of things, right? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Letitia said that a lot of women reached out to her about the statement that Latrice made about 9 to 5, or women who work 9 to 5 jobs. And it was like, girl, okay already. Like, ugh. Anyway, so they're sitting and having this conversation, and they get up, honey child, and that was pretty much that scene. Now we pan over to Marie and Essie around there at the building. They talk about they having a lupus gala, and Marie and Essie both suffer from lupus. Okay, so Letitia shows up, and Letitia has a proposal for another building for them, and so she gives them the proposal, or she proposes the building for them, right? So then Essie says that she took a break from social media. She came back and she saw an interview with Latrice. And in this interview with Latrice, she said that everyone on the cast pretty much is her coworkers. So they replay the interview back, and she says Latrice says she's pretty much standing 10 toes down in it. Um, and Letitia then says, "Well, she called me right before this, and blase, blase." And I'm gonna get into something because I really want to know the timing of some things. And we'll get into that when we get into the last scene with Letitia and Latrice. But anyway, one thing I'm noticing about Bell Collective, and I think Carlos Child, you might want to work on this timelines. And I've noticed that on Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. Like the timelines don't match up, at least to what we see on social media. This is another reason why I say filming this stuff so far in advance is so crazy. Like filming the reunions almost a year in but months in advance is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because child. But anyway, so she says that, and then Marie goes into about Latrice being jealous and of Letitia getting booked and busy. And Letitia mentions, Latrice may be reaching out to her about helping her um at a speaking engagement because she has been invited to speaking engagements. And Letitia is supposed to be like, doing these speaking engagements, right? So Marie goes in, she calls Latrice hood and classless and all of this kind of stuff. She calls her opportunist, and it just gave real nasty vibes. And this is my thing with Marie. Marie, like at this point, you would think that you would stop always having something to say to Latrice because it looks like you are obsessed. You always have something to say. And we get it. Do y'all know what she did to me? Do you know what she did to me? And it would seem like if you felt a way about it, you wouldn't keep bringing this to national TV to keep bringing attention to it. It's like, shut up already. Like, you, girl. So, what do we call you going to sit down with Tamara's ex? And she has never brought her ex up on the show. And not only that, you had no business doing that. Worry about Essie and worry about Cedric. You don't have no business going to sit down. I'm sorry, I got to bring it up. You have no business going to sit down with someone's ex who pretty much tells you they have a restraining order against them, which means that there were things that happened in that relationship that you should not be bringing back up, especially if Tamara has moved on. I think it's greasy. I think it's grimy. I think it's dirty. And you would be mad if somebody met up with Sissy Cedric and had something to say to him. You'd be mad. Get somewhere and sit down. Anyway, it's the obsession for me. So then we meet up with Tamara and Latrice, and they're talking about, their relationships with the group, and Latrice begins to speak about her fibroids. I would have to say, I thought that that was the most authentic and informative scene, throughout the show as far as this episode goes. So listen, I'm no woman, so I don't know about the fibroid stuff. I do appreciate Own and Carlos Kingdom for putting up some information in regards to that, just educating women and men on the whole fibroids thing because Latrice says, it's hindering her from getting things done. And listen, I'm no woman, so I just have to say respectfully, I just hope that she's able to get through that and is healed from that process. Um so we finally meet up at the rodeo, child, and all the couples eventually walk in, and um, Letitia begins to say that she's still mad at Latrice for what she did at the brunch, child, and the fact that she hasn't said anything about it. Right? This is my thing. You mad at Latrice about what she said at the brunch. You mad at Cliff because Cliff is talking to uh uh um Lil Boozy. And I mean, I guess this is my thing. Letitia, granted, Cliff should not be in y'all marriage whatsoever. But you also shouldn't be in Latrice's and Cliff's marriage. And you've had plenty of comments about their marriage. So what you're doing and what Latrice is doing is actually, honestly, in my opinion, no different. Y'all are both speaking on each other's relationships, and you shouldn't be because both of y'all got crazy things going on in y'all relationships. If we're gonna be honest about it, if we're gonna be real honest about it, I think both of y'all should just shut up about y'all each other's relationships. And again, granted, Cliff be doing stuff that I feel like is kind of femaleish about going and telling different stuff. I do kind of feel like that, like calm down on that a little bit. But at the same token, exactly what you're mad at Cliff for, you're doing to Latrice and Cliff as well. So it's no different. And furthermore, I feel like if y'all just shut up about each other's marriages, y'all could be okay, you know? But anywho, Clips comes to sit directly behind Letitia, and she's aggravated pretty much because Lil Boozy is trying to feed her some popcorn and she ain't here for it. All right. So JJ says that they are on their way to go get drinks now, and everyone shows up, including Marie. Now, of course, Tambra's not drinking anything, and I'm glad about it. Now, Marie has to sit next to Latrice and Tambra. When Tambra was sitting next to Latrice. My thing with Marie again is that she is clearly obsessed with Latrice, and she has no issue with Tambra. Tambra has not done anything to you as far as what we can see on camera for you to have went and met with her ex. And my thing is this too. You're always talking about social mental health and all of this kind of stuff. Why would you go do that? Why would you go re-traumatize somebody? Like, girl, Tambra out of all people, man. So Marie then starts going in on Glenn and how Glenn is treating Letitia. And see, this is another thing. This is how I feel, right? Clearly, there are things going on in your marriage, which is why you shouldn't be judging other people's relationships or marriage. Letitia, I swear, Letitia and Marie give me the fakest of the fakest. I really like Letitia season one, but then season two, season three, I start seeing how fake you are because you leave out telling Tambra, "Oh, this is a sisterhood." I want y'all to hang their sisterhood stuff up because it's no sisterhood. It's no sisterhood. Y'all do some of the dirtiest and grimiest stuff. And another thing that I got to say about Marie as well. Marie wants to hold Marie wants Letitia to hold Latrice accountable for everything that she does, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I get why you don't hold Marie accountable because if you hold Marie accountable, you would have to hold yourself accountable. Hmm. Did y'all hear what I just said? So, in order for Letitia to even ever think that she has to hold Marie accountable, she would then have to hold herself accountable. Hmm. Again, it gives me fake vibes. Let's keep going. Um, so Latrice and Letitia meet up, okay? And this is something I'm just a little bit confused about. Why did y'all ignore each other at the rodeo or whatever the case may be? Because you was giving both of y'all was, in my opinion, giving each other kind of stank face, right? So, at what point did Latrice call Letitia and be like, I need you to help me with my speaking engagement? So, Latrice coming to the office, bringing that up first was kind of weird to me because I'm like, okay, if you bringing this up, you would think that bringing that up, y'all would be in a good space, right? So then I got to call Latrice out in this moment. Now, again, I would need context. But to me, and y'all hear me out. Hit that like button, by the way. But hear me out. If Latrice walks in and automatically starts having a conversation about her wanting Letitia to help her with the speaking engagement, but y'all just left the rodeo and y'all was shading each other down to the ground. Uh, you had when they was having drinks, you had you had Marie, Letitia, and Akeisha sitting down at the table talking about Latrice and about her drinking and why she got to drink and why she got to do this and why she got to do that. It just felt weird because if y'all were ignoring each other then, y'all were so mad at each other, or Letitia was so mad at Latrice, why would you come up in the so is it that Latrice felt like they were good. They couldn't have been because y'all didn't show each other. Y'all done shaded each other. Y'all know that y'all are both feeling a way about each other. So I just gotta call it out. I just gotta be honest about it. So um again, Latrice is asked to speak to the women and she's wanting Letitia's help. Now Letitia goes into how the women felt offended down to the brunch child and everyone reached out to her and she mentioned how Latrice doesn't take any accountability. Now, this is one thing I'll say. I feel like in this moment, we understood where Latrice was coming from. They've asked who is more offended, all those questions, right? But my thing is this, Latrice, if Letitia says that the people felt some type of way, I would really just apologize in that moment. I would just say, like, yo, listen, I apologize to the people who were offended in my statement and just kind of move on from there. Because but I get it. I get it. They making a big deal out of it, and it probably wasn't that way. Now I've seen Latrice's tweets, and Latrice says that they actually had conversations about that way after the brunch, and she never brought it up. After the brunch, she said Letitia called her and told her how inspired the women were and all kinds of things like that. So it's giving fake again. So they leave out of this scene pretty much with tensions high, where Latrice says that she's leaving, and Letitia keeps telling her, you won't allow me to hold you accountable. But like I said, I feel like as much as Marie wants you to hold Latrice accountable, Latrice should be telling you to hold Marie accountable, because Marie is accountable in ways, or she should be held accountable in things that she's done. She has done some things. Marie's hands is not clean whatsoever. And I'm definitely starting to see that. Marie's hands are not clean. You want to play this innocent role. You want to pretend like everybody's jealous. And then Letitia, the fact that you tell Latrice that is so whack to me, because jealous of your success or where you are or whatever, anything like that, or trying to leech off of you, I feel like all that was wrong. Because if we're gonna be honest about it, Miss Girl, all we see you do is sit in that office. We're just now seeing brunches or maybe one successful brunch. And this is just based off of what we see on the show. Like, I don't necessarily understand what the tea is and what y'all got against Latrice. Um, and like I said, I can hold Latrice accountable. There are moments where I feel like the Latrice should have definitely apologized if the women felt some type of way. Because not only was it Letitia's event, but there were women there. I would have just stated, just to clear the air on that, I apologize. You know, Latrice actually mentions about leaving the group, and listen, it's giving them fake sisterhood, while Latrice, like, while Letitia keep on saying, sisterhood, sisterhood, sisterhood. It's giving fake sisterhood, okay? And that's just that on that, on that, on that, and on that. But this is pretty much the episode of Belle Collective. I'm very interested in seeing. I don't know how many episodes are. I think they said that there, I want to say 6, 7, maybe more episodes. And maybe even less than that, maybe more than that. I thought I heard 6 or 7. So just know that they've already filmed the reunion. So, kind of what the reactions that we see here are probably going to be the last reactions that we see until the next season starts, because they've already taped the reunion, which I think is so weird that it was so taped so far in advance, taped before they went on break. It just it's just weird. Anyway, y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. We ain't got to fall out about our opinion. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. And also too, drop down in the comment section. Keep your comments respectful. But drop down in the comment section and let me know exactly what you think about this episode. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? Get what? I will see you guys in the next video, and that'll be next week in regards to Belle Collective.